We need to talk about Brad Pitt's new $300 million Formula One movie because no expense was spared, and this could be one of the most realistic sports movies we've ever seen. So for those that didn't see, the trailer for Brad Pitt's new movie dropped last weekend during the British Grand Prix. Set to premiere during the summer of 2025, the story depicts Formula One driver Sonny Hayes, otherwise known as Brad Pitt, coming out of retirement to mentor and team up with rookie driver Noah Pierce, otherwise known as Damson Idris, for the fictional Apex GP team. Joseph Kosinski and Jerry Bruckheimer, the same minds behind Top Gun Maverick, directed and produced the film. Apple has already purchased the rights to the movie, and Warner Brothers will distribute it to thousands of movie theaters globally. However, while many Formula One fans are complaining that the sport's governing body is bending over backward for Brad Pitt and his co-workers, the technology and planning behind this film could make it one of the most realistic sports movies ever. One reason for that is Lewis Hamilton. After turning down a pilot role in Top Gun Maverick, Kosinski convinced Hamilton to sign on as a producer for this new F1 film. Kosinski said, quote, "Lewis Hamilton was the first person I contacted 3 years ago." End quote. Although the 7-time world champion isn't just collecting an executive producer credit based on his name. Hamilton routinely attends Zoom meetings with the production team and even does script reviews when he's not on the track, helping the crew with intricate details like turn angles and tire compounds used during the race. One example of this attention to detail is Hamilton's addition of a beep in the cockpit when the drag reduction system, or DRS, is enabled, which is how it works in real life. Hamilton told GQ earlier this year, quote, "I felt my job really has to be to try to call BS. This would never happen. This is how it would be. Just giving them advice about what racing really is about and what, as a racing fan, would appeal and what would not." End quote. Lewis Hamilton was also instrumental in other ways, like introducing Kosinski and Bruckheimer to the Mercedes Formula One team and its team principal, Toto Wolff. Mercedes then signed on as a consultant for the film, utilizing its technology team to modify a Formula 2 car so that the on-track scenes looked as realistic as possible. Kosinski said, quote, "At one of our first meetings, Toto Wolff said, you should build this off a Formula 2 car, but make it look like a Formula 1 car. So it's a Formula 2 chassis and engine. We work closely with the Mercedes and their design team and aerodynamicists to develop a custom body that resembles the latest generation Formula 1 car." End quote. These modified Formula 2 cars look like Formula 1 cars, but they have 15 camera mounts built into them, including the recorder, batteries, and transmitter. The cars can reach speeds up to 200 miles an hour. And since Brad Pitt was personally driving the car for many of the most important scenes, the 60-year-old actor spent 5 months training and enlisted the help of esteemed motorsports manager Trevor Carlin. The movie's production crew has spent nearly 2 years filming footage at some of the sport's most iconic venues, including Silverstone, Spa, Monza, Zandvoort, and even the Daytona 24 Hours. The fictional Apex GP team had a makeshift garage between the Mercedes and Ferrari teams during F1 weekends. And all current Formula One drivers will be featured in the film, as many scenes were filmed during Grand Prix weekends, including the actors standing in line for the national anthem. The production crew also worked with other Formula One teams, like Alpine, to attach cameras to their car during race weekends, digitally swapping the livery to be Apex GP cars when filming doesn't allow them to use their own F2 cars. The film crew can control the movement of these cameras using a radio frequency network that was purpose-built around Formula One tracks. Now, this attention to detail has reportedly pushed the film's budget north of $300 million. However, Kosinski and Bruckheimer say that number is misleading. The film offset a significant portion of the production cost through rebates. This is where countries like England and Abu Dhabi offer filmmakers tax incentives for filming in their regions. And it also landed a ton of lucrative sponsorship deals with companies like Expensify, Geico, EA Sports, Tommy Hilfiger, and Shark Ninja, featuring prominently in the film. Bruckheimer says, quote, "We've raised more money for our car through sponsorships than some Formula One teams," end quote. Now, critics will say this film has a long way to go before it's considered in the same realm as Rush, the iconic 2013 movie that detailed the battle between Formula One's James Hunt and Niki Lauda. And that's without even mentioning other famous motor racing movies, like Christian Bale and Matt Damon's box office hit, Ford vs. Ferrari. However, I think it's fair to say that Brad Pitt's take on Formula One will be much more realistic than the others. A $300 million budget makes this one of the 20 most expensive films ever. The movie took several years to film, mainly because of the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike, but that allowed the director and producer to capture footage at racetracks worldwide. The actors took it incredibly seriously, training for months to ensure their bodies were ready for the G-forces Formula One drivers experience every weekend. And while the financial agreement between Formula One and the film is unknown, the final product should serve as an incredible marketing opportunity to expand the sports audience. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. I make weekly videos breaking down the business and money behind sports.